I decided to take this blaster apart, okay? Simply because I wanted to see if maybe I could put one of these in here. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to have to take this plunger assembly apart. The catch is really simple, but it's a Delrin catch. Ooh, it's a lower catch right here. But, yeah, as you can see, it's got pretty good spring in there. I'm going to have to remember where this goes. I'm going to take this apart for the reason of I want to be able to see exactly where, right, when I prime it, am I going to have enough room? It's got a decent plunger rod. It's got a decent plunger catch to it. I'm going to need to two-hand this to get this right. 1 second. It looks to have about an inch of a plunger to it. About an inch. And even if it didn't, I could remove this back bracket back here and probably buy me some more room. So I'm almost thinking I should try this. So I got a very, very simple switching system on here that either opens all 3 or 1 at a time. And yeah, it's a little bit it looks like you can use a seal here for sure. So it definitely looks like this is not good for brassing quite. I can see why he built it into the turret, because this doesn't really have like a seal to it. It's just 2 interlocking parts that go into it. But you know, for normal modding, open breach, I think this will hold up just fine. And the front is riveted. Does that stop a guy like me? No. What you can do is twist the spring on here. Basically, you put it between the coil where the catch isn't, because you want to preserve the catch. And then you can twist it back till you get to this point, and then twist that over this. By doing that, especially with this nice spring rest here, I can twist the rest of the coil on here and get it on here. I might need a stronger catch spring, I might not. If I do, I'll just get another catch spring. That's no big if. This was a spring that Rex from Tuff gave me, prototype chrono spring, about 16 kilograms, and it seems to fit in here perfectly. Let's give it a shot, shall we? One thing I don't like so far is that all these little pivots and catches, they seem to fly out of here just way too easy. Way too easy. And it's a little bit of a bouncy kind of a setup, but I think I can get it back together. Yes. Ah, see, that one just popped right out of there. Ah, that's one thing I don't like about this, is that I wish these were held in a little better. So there it is. 16K prototype Chronos toe spring. How powerful is it? And this is not expanded tube or anything. Ooh, ooh, that was brutal. Oh my God, did you see that? Wow. This thing really can handle high spring loads. Let's try to shoot this in triple. Okay, so this spring will make a chrono shoot about 140 feet per second. 140, 150. Okay. It's not very high compression, but here it is in triple mode. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it kind of scattered the dots everywhere. But wow, I can tell that is a lot of power. That is a lot of power. And whoa. Ah, that's pretty good. This is the prototype spring that Rex Graham gave me when he worked for Turf, and whew, I'm gonna have to play with this. It's nice and solid. The trigger's pretty good. I don't feel any jankiness. I'm using the standard catch spring, and it's working. Okay, so triple Batgirl blaster, 16K with the supplied dots. How powerful is it? Yeah, it does seem to scatter it kind of everywhere. I think I need to throw 3 barrels on this or something, but it's, wow, pretty crazy. Yeah, and the single shot was very powerful indeed. And this also spring might be a good candidate for expanded PTing it. And as we've seen in my Nerf There's an Hour Ranch, it can be expanded PT'd with a Chronos tube. So I want to keep top firing this thing. The single shot was pretty powerful. Sadly, my chronograph is poop. But what can you do? Let's fire another single, and then I think I'm going to shove off. I have been known for putting relatively small targets across my room. That's a key. Now, of course, I test with small targets because that's only 10 feet, and it gives me an idea what the things can do at long range. Keep in mind, this is not like scope, there's not a long barrel, it's not sealed breech, so I'm not expecting too much. So let's go single. Boomco dot. No sights whatsoever. Well, I hit the string. This is hot. I don't have any sights or anything. I hit it on the rebound. But, yeah. So in the blooper reel, I will put in what the chronograph was doing. It essentially wasn't really reading these darts because I've been having problems with the chronograph. And then when I put a fire strike through it, it read 40 feet per second. I know this is going faster than 40. I ran this through my friend's little chronograph the other day, and it was doing 72. So, and it usually reads between 70 and 75. That's typical fire strike. So, yeah. So it makes me question my chronograph readings, especially the one that said I got a 359 that now could be as high as 400 or 380, which is actually what that usually can do. It can do about, you know, it could peak at around 380. So that means like all the 280 feet per second I've been getting with the Omega have been really like 310. I mean, they seem to be going far. They seem to be going clear across my street. And I'm going, why is this only doing 280? Yeah, it kind of sucks. So, well, the fun of being poor and not just being able to just plop down $100 or so on a good chronograph. A lot of fun. But you get the idea. This is a good blaster. I think that the power is pretty good. It may not be the fastest blaster in the world, but put in mind, that's a spring upgrades of 4. And I think this would be a really good primary. So in the next video, we're going to do a spring upgrade on it. And I think the next one, we're going to see what else we're going to do with it in terms of pleasure tube. I think this can do a lot. So until next time, this is Chris Cortea. Actually, I was able to spin that pretty good. Don't do it changing. We'll find you. Actually, I think the proper goodbye would be a little bit more like... Okay, now you're freaked out. That was my goal. Okay, so, here it is right here. We're going to chronograph this. This chronograph tends to not like all colors of darts, but we're going to try. Let's see. But usually that's only at high speed. 52. 44. 40. Yeah, you know, I think it is going a lot faster than it's reading. Like I said, I've been having problems with this chronograph lately. Let's see here. 40. I know it's going faster than 40. Okay, so 3 shots. Error 3. Didn't like that at all. This is a problem I've been having with my chronograph. As of late, this is why you haven't seen my chronograph in many videos, because it's reading... Okay, so let's see here. Didn't pick that up at all. So, yeah, I've been having a lot of issues with this chronograph lately. This is why you don't see a chronograph in the videos. This is why you didn't see a chronograph in that pigeon video, for example, comparing the speed, but I took it outside, and yes, it's going about the same speed. It's that this thing is temperamental with multicolored dots, and as you know, Boomco likes to make their dots technicolor. It's a good touch, especially if you got different teams and stuff, and it was a good idea. But chronographs tend to not like that. I don't know why, especially mine, especially the Pro Chrono line, it doesn't like it that much. It really doesn't.